What's up with it, everyone? This your cat Sirasoni back here to give you guys Harmor. Harmor, what is it now? 109 is it? Already the 9th tutorial. I guess about the time we do 110, we gotta jump into the 200 series. Anyways, today, like I promised, we're gonna jump into Harmonizer. The reason the Harmonizer took so long is because Harmonizer is an advanced concept, and for me, it's also difficult to understand some of the formulas. It was difficult trying to figure it out and try to search for it, all that stuff. There's not a lot of information out there. Thank you very, very, very much, FL Studio, Image Line. All right. Anyway, so we're going to jump right at it. I'm going to tell you guys everything that I know. So first of all, let's make this screen bigger. All right. That's a secret code. Alright, simply put, amount is the mix knob. Alright, amount is the mix knob. That means at 0% is dry, 100% is wet. Alright, width is from the fundamental frequency, how high is it going to go up? How high is it going to affect all of it? So this, when it's lower, it affects only near the fundamental frequency, and then as you put this up to higher percentages, it affects more of the harmonics upstairs. As you guys can see from the graph, strength is basically sort of similar to amount, except that it strengthens more of the harmonics that are pronounced. All right. So you could just see that the harmonics that are accentuated by Harmonizer in the first place is just getting stronger with strength going on, as the rest of the harmonics sort of fade into the background. All right, and then so to see Harmonizer and to see how it exactly works, you got to turn up all these knobs, set the offset to 0, and set the steps all to 1, which will be doing nothing at all. All right, because how it works is this was division, right? This pitch thing, but this is multiplication. So you have 0 times 1, which will be still 0, which isn't affecting anything at all. So you have the shift, which affects basically from all of the affected harmonizers. And then gap, which is from the first harmonic upwards, is only affecting. All right, so as you guys could see, because it's a multiplication thing, it goes upwards like exponentially because it's multiplication, right? So you see like a exponential curve thing to it. And for the formula for this and for the addition, I'll be leaving in the description box below, so make sure you check that out for you geeky nerds out there, who want to know the formula of how these harmonics actually are taking off. Even if you understand it, I'm just telling you straight up, even if you understand it, you're probably just gonna be like, what the fuck does it still do? Because don't really know. All right, and as for the gap, same thing. As you guys can see, the whole thing is shifted upwards and downwards. While the multiplication side, it will do, if you guys scroll downwards, you get the multiplication. If multiplication goes exponentially, so it grows up. Addition just moves it up and down, the same form. And you could check this out just by doing it. If you guys actually don't get it, make sure you guys could get a bounce it out to Edison, and see it in the spectrum view, and it'll make much more sense what's exactly going on behind the scenes. All right, and then the offset knob is here, and it basically just offsets it, from the fundamental or from the first harmonic. Like I said before, I'll be leaving the formula below for how this shit works, how the partials are taken off. So make sure you realize that. And under the hood, we actually have a couple things that make the harmonizer drop down menus. We got the harmonizer mix, which is basically this thing. It's in an ADSR envelope, pretty self-explanatory. So by the way, if you right click on this and randomize matrix, they select the random figure for you. Alright, so it's basically just making the amount knob turn off. With the width, turn this off. With the width, it's basically just messing around with the width knob. So let's say I got an LFO, boom. Alright, fun times. Okay, so we got that out of the way. And then finally, there's one more, Harmonizer distribution. And this was another one of those drop-down menus that I didn't really know exactly what was going on. And basically, if you look over here and you look on the left, it has from 0 to 8. 0 to 8, where have we seen that? If you guys scroll this is from 1 to 8. From basically 0 to 8. 0 being off and then to 8. So it's basically the same thing as this one, except that you could control the on-off of which steps are going to be on and which steps are going to be off, And while this on one hand, you could just turn on, let's say if I do 2, and only step 2 is on. Instead of doing that, you could actually turn step 2 on and step 8 on in the distribution knob. So if you have this for 0 all the way. And this is according to what is on here. So whatever you put on the distribution knob is going to be primarily on top of whatever is going on here. So let's say, and we'll do 6, okay? Distribution 2. And I'm gonna shift this around. So it's a manual way for you guys to be able to distribute on top of this. Sort of like an on and off switch. And it gives you an extra functionality that you can mess around with. That's it for Harmonizer today. It really has a lot to do with you guys just messing around with it. I think in general it's used more for non-tonal, like if you're trying to make some kind of metallic sounds or some kind of maybe like more sound design part than the actual like used for composition. But who knows, man? You guys could figure something out. Alright, so till next time, we'll see you guys next at 110 with vibrato, tremolo, and legato. Those things will be covered in the next lesson. So peace out.